Alright gang, thanks for coming along to another video. Now what we're going to do in this short video is we're going to have a look at tapping drill holes and clearance drill holes. Now tapping is a manufacturing process that allows you to put internal threads into engineering materials. Alright, now threads is a completely different lesson, but we'll pick that up at a different point. Now prior to putting an internal thread, then you obviously need to drill a hole of some description, or you need to put a hole in a piece of material. Okay, now in engineering we have set dimensions that those holes need to be prior to the tapping process being carried out. Now that is called a tapping drill size. Okay, now to put a threaded fastener into a piece of material, you obviously need a hole, and there's set sizes that those holes need to be. So the difference between the tapping drill is a drill that you put in before you create the thread. The clearance is the hole that you put onto the material that the thread is going to go through. Alright, so that's the difference between those two bits of terminology we've got. So the scenario we've got here, we've been asked to drill and tap two holes in a section of low carbon steel. Those required are M12 by 1.75 and M24 by 3.0. Now just to clarify, the M12 tells us the diameter of the hole, and the 1.75 tells us the pitch of the thread, and it's the same scenario here. M24 is the diameter of the hole, 3.0 is the pitch of the thread. Now the pitch is the distance between the little sharp points on the thread. Okay, now obviously as you can see, that goes, the pitch size goes up depending on the diameter of the actual thread itself. Now it's important to point out that in this scenario we're only dealing with coarse threads, which is a set of standards for threads that we commonly use in engineering, although there are other standards. We have fine threads, and then there's British standard pipe threads, there's UNF, BNF, there's a multitude of different thread types, and we're only looking at one, but the process of identifying the tapping drill size and the clearance drill hole size is exactly the same. Alright, we get standard information on a chart, and it's up to us to find it. So we'll just run through here. We've got the two dimensions. Using the chart below, find the drill diameter for cutting the thread as well as the clearance hole size. Okay, so I've popped a little table down. So we've got M12 by 1.75. So we've got a chart here with information on it. Like any other chart, we go down one column, work our way along to find the next heading that we need. So for this example, we're going to have a look at outside diameter of 12. So we'll go down 12. And then we'll come across and we'll look for the column that says tapping drill, and we've got 10.20 there, and then the clearance is 12.20. so I'm going to pop those into my little table. 10.20 is the tapping drill size, and we've got 12.20 on there, and I'll do my next one and I'll come down. How big is it? M24. I'll go across and you can see my pitch size is 3.0. I've got 21 and 24.25. So the tapping drill 21.00, clearance 24.25. Okay, so we've actually solved this. We've got the drill size diameter and the clearance hole size. Now as you can see, having a look at both of these tapping drill dimensions that we've got, what do they have in common? Well, the thing that they've got in common is that they're smaller than the thread that we need. Alright, now that has to be the case. You can't tap a thread of M12 if you've got a 13mm hole, because it just, the thread wouldn't match up. Okay, so just make sure that you've clarified that your tapping drill size should always be smaller than your thread size, and your clearance hole size would always be slightly bigger. Okay, so you can have a little go at working those out on some examples that are on canvas. Hopefully it all makes sense, and we'll see you in the next one.